morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about the 4th supplementary of 10th standard, the aged mother. This story is written by Maso Baso. Okay. Before entering to the story, let us discuss about the author introduction. Maso Baso is one of the most famous poet in Japan. He is a Japanese poet. He is very famous poet in Japan. In Japan, many of his poems were seen on the monuments and traditional sites. Most of his poems, we can see his poems on monuments. Monuments means Ninivu Chittangal, and even we can see in traditional sites also his poem was written there. Baso was introduced to poetry at the very young age, and he quickly became well known throughout Japan. He made a living as a teacher, but later travelled throughout the country to gain inspiration for his writing. So, first he was very good, even at the young age he was a very good at the young age itself he was a very good poet, as well as at the beginning he was started his career as a teacher, then later he had travelled throughout the country to gain the inspiration of his writing. So, another one important, message about him. He was a great master of haiku. Haiku is a short poem written for 3 to 4 phrases. Rendu vari kavidaigal, rendu moonu vari kavidaigal. It's a short poem. It's there, no, haiku. He is famous for that. He is a master of writing haiku. So, wherever you go in Japan, most of the monuments we can see his haikus. Okay. Let us go to the lesson what he had described. The Japanese folk tale is known as the story of the aged mother. It is a folk tale. Tale is a story. Folk tale means gramiya kadaigal. Okay. So, it is the story is known as the aged mother. It highlights the age, highlight that the age are sharp witted. So, whenever we attain age, what happened? The growth will occur both in the brain and the physique. Okay. So, here the aged people, they are automatically, they will become wise. It describes the love, affection his son and his mother have for one another. So, here in the story, it describes about the love and the affection between the son and his mother for one another. Let us see what the story says about it. Long ago, there lived at the foot of the mountain a poor farmer and his aged widowed mother. So, long ago, it's in the normal way how we narrate the story. Long ago, it's before. So, nomanalikku munnadi. There lived at the foot of the mountain, at the foothill of the mountain, a farmer and his aged widowed mother. Widowed mother means the mother don't. It shows that the man, the poor farmer, he don't have father. He have only a mother. So, the mother and the son, they are living in the foothill of the mountain. They owned a bit of the land which supplied them with food, and they were humble, peaceful and happy. So, they have a bit of land, they have a piece of land for them. From there they can get the food, because he is a farmer, he is cultivating the land and he can get the food from the bit of the land. And how their life are very humble, and it is very peaceful, and they are very happy. So, in such situation they are leading their life very happily. The country shining was governed by the despotic leader who, thrown a warrior, had a great and the covetous ring from anyone suggestive of falling health and strength. So, there is a country, its name is Shining. It is the name of a country. It was ruled by despotic leader. Despotic means very cruel leader. He was governed by the cruel leader, and who thought a warrior. Even though he is a warrior, he had a great and the cowardice shrinking from anyone, anything suggestive of falling health and the strength. So if he feel cowardice means he feel timid. Timid means kolatharama. He is thinking very timid way, not in the courageous way. If the people he is have a worry about the falling sick and the there is a drawback in their health. So he is feeling more about that. This caused him to send out a cruel proclamation. So this makes this cowardice and the feeling make him to send a proclamation. Proclamation means order, one summon for the people of the country. He is sending one proclamation for the people. The entire provinces were given strict orders to immediate to put the death all the aged people. What is his proclamation? What is the order? The entire provinces. The entire provinces means all his emperor or district or the place where he is governing. So he is telling all the aged people has to put to death. Not they have we ourselves has to make them to die. Okay. Aged people nammale kollanu appdinu sollirukar. Okay. See, those were the barbarous day. Those are the barbarous day. Barbarous day means the day if the king says something, definitely they have to obey. Barbarous means merciless, without thinking. There is no mercy in the merciless na enadhu kodumayana irakkam illama. So that those days are the barbarous days, and the custom of the abandoning the old people to die was not uncommon. So abandoning, it means the finishing of or deserting or making them to die. That is abandoning. Ondum illama agarudhu perda adu abandoning. So that is the custom. The governor had summoned them or proclaimed an order to them to kill all the old people. It is uncommon. It is not uncommon. Means it is common. If the government says something or killing the people, it is not a cruel for them. That is a common thing for them. That's why they had said not uncommon. It means it is common. Okay. So the poor farmer loved his aged mother with the render revenges, and the order filled his heart with sorrow. So he have a deep respect and love for his mother. So this order definitely make the poor man to feel sorry. So he is really sad for that, because he loved his mother very much. So he is asking the aged people to kill, means how he can, whether it is possible to kill the mother of our own hands. No, it is highly impossible. So but no one ever thought twice about the obeying the mandate of the governor. Mandate means the order, eludhapatta chattam, that is mandate. So the governor, so no one in this country is ready to consider adu enadhu maru pariseelanai pannadukku enna pandranga. No one is ready, simply they are agreeing the custom to do. So with the many deep and the hopeless sight means already I had told you, it is a breath. Okay, peru moochi vidhu, that is sight. So he is very hopeless. He don't have any hope to save his mother. So he also thinking what to do. The young prepared for what at all that time was considered and the kindest mode of death. So he is thinking the way how to make her mother to die. He is thinking some kind mode of death, not cruel, kindly. How ஏதாவது ஒரு மென்மையான முறையில் அவங்க அம்மாவை கொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு he started to think. Let us see. Just at sundown, when this day work was ended, he took a quantity of the unwhitened rice, which was the principal food for the poor, and he cooked, dried it and tied it in a square cloth, which he was sunk in the bundle around his neck along the got filled with cool and the sweet water. So now he has started to prepare. What he is doing, see, just the sundown. Sundown means it is evening. It means the sunset. It is the evening. Then this day work was ended. His work was ended. The work which he doing in the farm, he had completed his work, and he took a quantity of unwhitened rice. Unwhitened means unpolished rice. Okay, that is brown color rice. The unpolished rice, he is taking that unpolished rice, which was the principal food for the poor. So that is a stable food what they have to eat. And he cooked, dried it. He cooking the food and he is making the food to dry and tied it in the square cloth. Square cloth means he is taking a bit of cloth and keeping the food on the cloth, which he was swung in the bundle around his along with the God filled with the cool and the sweet water. So he is swung means avaru katti thonga vidrar. Okay, that swing, swang, swang. So he is making the cloth to the bundle of rice on his neck. He is tying that bundle of with the God filled with the cool and the sweet water. God means the bottle God is there, no, one vegetable bottle God. In olden days, what they won't use the bottle like what we are using. They will make the vegetable to get dry. Then the inside of that fruit, the vegetable will become string, that nothing will be there, all will come out, and then they will clean it and they will use it as a water bottle. That is a kuduvai. In Tamil we used to say that is a kuduvai. So he is filling the water in it, as well as what type of water? Cool and the sweet water. He is preparing the food and food for the mother, as well as he is taking a water along with him. Then he lifted his helpless old mother on his back and started his painful journey up the mountain. So then next he has lifted his mother at his back. He has lifted his mother on his back and he started his painful journey on the mountain. One thing, it is very heavy for him to lift. Another one, because he is going to leave his mother to die. That is, two things had filled his heart. So it is a painful journey. So he is carrying his mother and is climbing up the mountain. The road was long and steep. How the road was? The road was very long as well as it is steep. Steep means slopy. So it is difficult to climb, but it is easy to come down. So it is very difficult for him to climb. The narrow road was crossed and recrossed by many paths made by the hunter and the woodcutter. How first they had described about the road was long and steep. Another one they had again the author is describing about the road. It was crossed and uncrossed. It means it's not a straight way, simply it is going zigzag, in the way of zigzag. This path is meant by the hunter and the woodcutters of the particular area. In some places they lost and confused. There they had written confuses. It is not confuses, it is confused, because the story was complete. So it is confused, not confuses. But he have no heed, one path or another, it mattered not. On he went climbing blindly upward, upward towards the high bare summit of what he known for the. So the place of the summit is Upper Sumaya. Okay. This is a place, it means that the abandoning of the aged. It means the vaisanavangala vidittu pora edam. Okay, they are making the people to stay there. That is a summit. So he is not bothering about the path of the zigzag of the path. Some places they will get confused and some it's lead him. So simply he is going upward and upward up to he is reaching the summit. Summit means the Malay Sigaram, the peak, that is a summit. Okay. Let us just see. The eyes of the cold mother were not so dim, but that they noted the restless hastening from the one part to another, and her loving heart grew anxious. Her son did not know the mountains, many paths, and his return might one of the dangerous, you have to yes. One of danger, not one of the dangers. So she stretched forth her hand and snapping the wing from it's not brushes, it is bushes, B-U-S-H-E-S. As they passed, she quietly dropped the handful every few steps of the way, so that as she climbed the narrow path behind him was dotted frequently interval of the tiny piles of the twigs. So what happened? The eyes of the old mother was not so dim, but that they noted the restless hasten from one path to another. So the mother was not very weak, she is bright, the eyesight of the mother is very bright, and but that they noted the restless hasten from one path to another, and her loving heart grew anxious. So the path of the mountain while she was climbing up, it is not good, that makes her to feel worry about how his son will go down, her son will go down, that is a worry she has. Her son did not know the mountain path and its return might be one of the dangerous. So returning to home, it's not safe because this path is not good. This makes the old woman the aged mother to worry about the son. So she stretched forth her hands, completely she is stretching her hands, that is stretched forth her hand and snapping the twigs from bushes as they pass. So what she is doing, she is breaking the twigs means branches of the tree, okay, at the way they are climbing to the mountain. So this helps him to go back to home safely. So at last the summit was reached, weary, tired and heartsick. The youth gently released his burden and silently prepared the place for the comfort as his last duty to his loved one. So when they reached there, what happened? He is releasing his burden because he is carrying his mom on his back. So he is releasing the burden. He is making her mom to sit down, making her to sit down, and he is making a comfort place for the mother. That is the last thing what he can do for his loved one. Gathering the fallen pine needle, he made a soft cushion and tenderly lifted his mother onto it. So by using this pine leaf, that is a pine needle they had said. So in Tamil we used to say ilai, vepam ilai, but olai, pana olai, tennankeetru. Likewise, this is a pine needle. It represents the leaf of the pine tree. Okay, not needle means oozy. You don't think that needle. Needle means it represents the leaf of the pine. So making that fallen leaf, he is making a soft cushion for the mother. And tenderly lifted his mother onto it. Softly he is lifting his mother and making her to sit on the cushion. He wrapped her padded coat more closely about the stooping shoulder. Stooping means spoon vilandirukku. Already I told you what is meant by stooping. S-T-O-O-P-I-N-G. It's not stopping. It's a stooping. Cone vilanda. So he is wrapped with the coat, overcoat. He is covering his mother shoulder with the overcoat which he had, padded coat. With the tearful eyes and aching heart, he said farewell. Aching means painfully. A-C-H-I-N-G. Aching means it's a painfully he is saying farewell to, goodbye to his mother. The trembling mother voice was full unselfish love as she gave her a last injunction. Injunction means not injection, it is injunction. It means a command. So the trembling mother voice, it's not the aged people voice will not be bold. It has some shivering on their voice. So that mother's voice was filled with unselfish love. Unselfish love means generosity. She have a generosity. She have a love on his son, and let not nine eyes being blinded my son. So she is requesting his son not to go to the home without seeing the path blindly. She said the mountain road was full of dangers. Look carefully and follow the path which hold the pile of the twigs. So she is telling you, while going down you have to be careful. Look carefully, it means more careful. You have to go down by seeing the pile twigs. Pile twigs means because the women, what she had did to show the path, she had broke some of the twigs of the trees. So it's helped him to show the way. They will guide you to the familiar path further down. The sun's surprised eye locked back with over the path, and then look. The poor old shriveled hands all stretched, scratched on the soil by the work of the love. His heart broken within and bowing to the ground, he cried aloud, "O honorable mother, your kindness breaks my heart. I will not leave you. Together we will follow the path of the twig, and together we will die." So what happened? See, the son was surprised. He had seen the path. She had made a path to his son. So he had seen her hand. It was scratched and soiled because of the pain she had undergone. She had broken the twigs. And the marangala odachanala enna kaiyella enna irukku apdiye keech irukku. Okay. So this makes him to feel his heart become weight, and he bowed down. Keela vilundu enna pandran? He started to cry, and he is taking a resolution that we will live together, even we can die together. Once more he shouldered his burden, and he hastened down the path. through the shadows and the moonlight to the little hut in the valley. Beneath the kitchen floor was a walled closet for the food, which was covered and hidden from view. Her son hid his mother, supplying her with everything she needed, continuously watching and fearing she would be discovered. So he once again he taken his mother down, and now he feel this light. While climbing up the mountain, I told you that he feel that he had said that is a burden and it is very heavy for him. Here it become light, because he is going to reunite with his mother, and they are going to live, and he was understand the love of the mother. So this makes him to feel he have a more love on his mother. This makes him to feel very light in his heart. So now the burden is very light. So now here they from the moonlight they came down and they reached the little hut, and there in his house there is a wall closet na அது ஒரு கதவு மாதிரி மூடி இருக்கிற ஒரு கிச்சன்ல ஒரு wall closet இருக்கு, where they will store the food, the place where they will store the food. He has saved his mother there, and he was very much worried also. He was very much doubtful whether someone may discovered her, அவ கண்டுபிடிச்சிருவாங்களா அப்படிங்கற பயத்துல என்ன பண்றான், he is watching her daily, continuously watching us. Okay, the time passed and he was becoming to feel safe, when again the governor sent a fourth herald bearing an unreasonable order, seeming as the boast of his power. His demand was that the subject should present him with a rope of ashes. And once again the governor had summoned one order. திருப்பி என்னது ஒரு nonsense மாதிரி ஒரு ஆர்டர் கொடுக்கிறாரு. He is useless, meaningless one order he is giving. He demanded what that his subjects means not a subject what we are learning, it is a people. Here this shows the people has to give him the rope of ash. Whether it is possible to make a rope using the ash? No. So it is highly impossible. So to show his power, to boost his power, தன்னோட பவரை காட்டிக்கிறதுக்காக என்ன பண்றாரு, ஒரு useless commands people கிட்ட கொடுக்கிறார். The entire province trampled with the dread. So all the people they were trampled with the dread na பயத்துல நடுங்கி போயிருக்காங்க. The order must be obeyed. Who is all the shining could make a rope of the ash. So no one is ready to make throughout the country shining. All the people they don't know how to make a rope of ashes. One night in the great distress, the son whispered the news to the hidden mother. Wait, she said, I will think. So with the great stress, he had went to the mother and whispered. Abhi slowly amma kitta solra. Raja king had made this made the people to make the rope of ashes. So now mother is consoling him, and she said that she will find some way to. On the second day she told him what to do. They make a rope of the twisted straw, she said. Then they stretched it upon the row of the flat stone and burn it on the windless night. So she is asking him to make a rope of twisted straw. Twisted straw அப்படின்னா ஸ்ட்ரான வைக்கோல் அப்படி தானே. ட்விஸ்டட் ஸ்ட்ரானா என்னது, இந்த வைக்கோல் வச்சு கயிறு மாதிரி திரிப்பாங்க, பிரின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க ஊரில் கிராமத்தில். அதை வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, அந்த கட்டுறதுக்கு அதை வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, ஒரு ரோப் மாதிரி இப்படி சுற்றிட்டே அந்த வைக்கோலை வச்சு இப்படி சுற்றிட்டே இருந்தால் என்னது, we will get one rope. அந்த ரோப்பை வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுறான், அந்த ரோப்பை she is telling, make the rope to be flattened on the flat stone. She is asking him to place the rope on the flat stone and make it to burn in the windless night. காத்தடிக்கிறாத ஒரு நைட்டில் என்ன பண்ணுறா, he is asking them to burn the rope. He called the people together and he did as she said, and the blame died down. Thereupon the stone with every twist the fiber showing perfectly lay a rope of ashes. So he gathered all the people and conveyed the matter, and they did. And what happened? Finally they got the rope of ashes. The governor was pleased at the wit of the young and prized it greatly, but he demanded to know where could he have obtained this wisdom. So the governor prized him in the same way. He want to know how the young man know this idea, the knowledge, anything we can do. Alas, alas, cried the farmer, the truth must be told. With a deep bow he released the story. So the governor listened and then meditated in silence. So at last anyhow he have to tell the truth. So what happened, he is bowing down and he cried, and finally he had narrated all the story. He had taken his mother up, then he had bowed down, and what the thing he had did so far, he had narrated all the stories to the governor. So now the governor is meditating, he is thinking silently. Finally, he lifted his hand. Sharing needs more than the strength of the youth, he said gravely. So he is telling the sharing country, it need not only the strength of the youth, even they want some wisdoms of the poor people, old people also. Or that I should have forgotten well-known saying, with the crown of the snow, where cometh wisdom. This is a proverb, with the crown of the snow, where cometh wisdom. It's a proverb, a Japanese proverb. It means the age, when we attain age, definitely we will gain the wisdom. The aged people will gain the wisdom. That very honor, the cruel law was abolished. From that very hour, that moment itself, what happened? The cruel law of killing the people, old people, was abolished from the country. And custom drifted into the as far as past, that only legend remains. So the custom keep on changing, only the valuable rules and regulations are still following in Japan. So this is a story, this says us the love and affection between the son and the mother. So whatever may be, we don't want to think that if they become aged, they will become useless. Definitely, if there is old peoples are there in the house, they in some other way, one or some other way, they will be helpful to us definitely. So if immediately if we may fall sick, what happened? They know the simple and the home remedy to make us to cure. And if they are there, they will take care of the granddaughters, grandsons. So we should not think the old peoples are useless. Definitely it will be valuable, and it's a treasure for us. We have to safeguard the treasure which we have in our hands. Thank you, my dear students. I hope you had understand the lesson. Go through one or twice the supplementary reader. It will be helpful for you for your better understanding. Definitely go through the glossaries which is given in your book bag. Thank you.